get started, I have a few clients in the room and I want to give them some game from the game that we played earlier. If you go on the website, jacorptax.com, we did change the domain. Go on the website, jacorptax.com. At the top of the website, there's a button that says Client Portal. Click that button, log in using your email address only. There's no password. It will initiate a code to be sent to your phone via text. Once you get that code, you punch the code in and you're logged in. You can see all of your information, that messages, documents, and things of that sort. I just wanted to share that because I do have some clients in the room. Thank you so much for your patience with that. Now, I want to ask you a question. Let me put my glasses on right quick. Can someone tell me the budget of one of their programs? The budget of one of your programs. What's the budget of one of your programs?
5,000.
5,000? Anyone else? What's the budget of one of your programs?
15,000.
15,000? Okay.
80,000.
80,000? Okay. Now my question is, do you want the money or do you need the money? Okay. So if you know that your budget is 15,000, 5,000, 80,000, do you need 80,000 or do you want 80,000? And what does that 80,000 compose of? And then my next question is, did you itemize every expense and did you include the payment for professionals to help you on that particular project? So I want you to answer that question internally because I'm prompting you in order to guide you somewhere. So again, did you allocate the expense for your board to receive the training necessary to secure your funding? Now, all of us need funding. I have a nonprofit organization, AMEC Programs. I started it in 2010. It actually is an after-school, was composed of after-school programs. We expanded to virtual programs because we started offering it virtually and licensing our programs to organizations who don't have programs already established. Now, we have budgets for every program. One of the biggest challenges with nonprofits is that you do not allocate the budget that is going to be required in order for you to train your board to go after the funding. Now, how do you do that? A lot of us, let me ask this question. How many of us have trained their board? Have allocated a budget to train their board? Or just have had their board trained? How many of us have a board? Okay, good deal. So in saying that, my question is, of course, how much? So I want you to think about how much that's going to be for you to actually train, get your board trained. Now, you want the money. You know you need the money. You started with a grocery list, I'm sure, right? When you created your budget, you itemized everything, you started with a grocery list. Now, in that grocery list, make sure that, like I said, that you include all professional services, because that's one of the challenges that nonprofits organizations face in getting you. Some of us, we can get the money, but then there's something always lacking because we can't build capacity because we're missing something. We're missing some structure and we're missing some opportunity. So according to statistics, at the end of the day, people pay for what they want and beg for what they need. And I brought this to you because I know I'm talking to nonprofit organizations and we're always asking for sponsors, we're always asking for donations. But do you really need or do you want whatever it is that you're asking for? So again, I want you to answer those questions internally. Now, 86%, I'll give you some stats. 86% of consumers are willing to pay for what they want. That leaves 14% of consumers that actually pay for what they need. And this is stat. These are stats. So typically, when you think about even you as a personal consumer, let's not even talk about your organization. As a personal consumer, how many times have you gotten to the end of the month as far as your money, right? Because your money has the end of the month as well as the calendar. How many times have you gotten to the end of the month with your funds and realized I didn't get what I actually needed? Okay, so that's proof right there of the statistics. Now, let's test this out. I'm here to offer nonprofits an opportunity to have both your wants and your needs. The strategy is to make sure that you are covering all of your needs before your wants. Everything in business, whether you're a nonprofit or for-profit, is all about strategy. If you create the strategy, you'll see some of the opportunities within that strategy. Some of the opportunities may be collaborating with another organization. Some of the opportunity may be opening up your doors to certain groups of people, right? So someone in here, and I shared during the game, my game was to share was collaboration. Sometimes someone was looking for marketing. I can't remember the organization. I said, have you thought about collaborating with organizations that are aligned with your mission? I'm sure there's some in here. So that's a collaboration is more like a negotiation contractually. Just make sure you're putting everything in writing so that everybody understands. So those are opportunities that you definitely need to make sure that you take advantage of when you create strategies. Be more strategic about what you're doing, because what you're doing is so important to the children that you're serving, to the communities that you're serving, to the people that you're serving. And I'll be honest with you, it's important to people who you don't even realize it's important to. There are a lot of senior citizens in the city who have all of this wisdom, and they're just really waiting for you to ask questions. So tap into those individuals, because those individuals can also benefit from what you're doing. So here's what everyone in this room would get today. Because you are here, everyone in this room will get a free book. Now let me tell you about this book. This book is about your nonprofit organization, scaling your nonprofit organization. Now let me go back. I am originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. I went to Captain Shreve High School. I started a business. I started the business of JA Consulting and Corporate Tax Solutions in 2008 or 9, one of them, can't remember. I've been servicing for-profits and nonprofits ever since we started, even though I started as a foundation. I wrote a GED curriculum from scratch, and I didn't use the book. I wrote the curriculum because my previous superintendent challenged me to do that. So I started the business. Then I started consulting because my students were business owners and I didn't know, and they came back for the financial literacy portion. So I'm saying all of that to go back and share with you who I am and my background, because that's important to this particular program. Now, I took it upon myself to get my MBA strategically. I got my MBA after I knew what I wanted to do in my business. And then I went back and I got my doctorate in education because I wanted to give credit to my experience, my 16 years of teaching in the education system, including community college level. Now, the program that I have designed, especially for you, is about scaling your business. Now, we have online programs. I have multiple online programs for K through 12 under our nonprofit, and then also for businesses under our for-profit. This particular one is about scaling. This is about board development. This is about funding. This is about fundraising.